Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. We're in the moon, nearing the end. We've just defeated a super barrage, and now all that's left is to go forward. Certainly doesn't look ominous at all. Swirling mist or whatever this is being drawn into this opening here. Ah, look, it's Shauna. Finally, we've reached her. You say it even after this? And of course, the red-eyed dragon still recognizes him. I guess the spirit thought, well, Zeeg's dead, so it's time to move on. But now that Zeeg's back, like, well, he was my original choice, so. It's not generated for that. I mean, suddenly I know so much about the nature of Dragoon spirits, but. And finally, after all this time, we get to fight Zeeg. He's just been sitting in front of us, taunting us for so long now. And we get to fight Zeeg. And another big disappointment. I mention this every time. Zeeg does not have unique battle music. Like, what? Come on, make some more tracks. I realize you made a lot of tracks already, and that's not easy to do, but come on, just one little boss track for Zeeg, please. Like, that'd be cool. So as you can see, Dart does not have his Dragoon spirit. This doesn't really matter that much because we probably wouldn't be using it anyway, but just so you know. Zeeg is red, so I guess if you were going to use spells with Meru, this would be the time to do it. However, you can't go into special to boost that attribute because Dart doesn't have a Dragoon spirit, so it doesn't work. We are going to start with the Psych Bomb X. And that's some pretty good damage to start things out. I don't remember Zeeg being that tough anyway, just because basically everything is sort of easy at this point, so there's probably not too much to worry about here. We'll see what he's got, though. So essentially, it seems to be kind of like, remember those Dragoon fights that we did earlier? It's kind of like that for Dart. He's still got the same Dragoon additions. I think functions very similarly to the way Dart does in Dragoon form. Even down to having the same magic spells and all that. So I'm pretty sure it's basically like that, except for the red-eyed Dragoon spirit. Nice miss on Hashel there. I will definitely take that. Now the thing with Dart is, for whatever reason, I'm not really sure why they decided to do this. His first attack doesn't actually do any damage. I'm really not sure why that is, and then he gets this, "What's wrong with you? You're so pathetically weak." Don't worry about that, though, because every other future attack from Dart will do damage, so I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do that.
Final burst!
So Dart's having Final Burst done on him for a change. But even if that didn't miss, it would be negated by his Red Dragoon. This is my father's power to miss me. Oh no. But even if that had hit, it would have been negated by his Red Dragon armor. So it, again, is completely pointless. Really like countering it late in the game here, don't they? So essentially, we're just going to be sitting here pounding on this guy, kind of like what we did with all of the other Dragoon spirits. I don't think he's going to really have anything too tough that we need to watch out for. You know, again, maybe a Dragoon addition on Meru would be something to watch out for. That would probably reduce some decent damage. But other than that, I don't foresee us having any troubles here. Missing Hashel again. He hasn't connected on anything this entire fight so far, and he's half dead. So Dart should actually do damage this time. So again, I'm really not sure why they have him just not do damage the first attack and then do damage after that. That doesn't really make sense. Like, if I was playing this, I totally just missed because I was speaking. If I was playing this like for the first time and didn't know that, I would assume that means the dart can't actually do damage with physical attacks. So I would actually have been misled by the game because I would figure that, you know, they're telling me the dart is too weak to actually hit him because he doesn't have the Dragoon Spirit anymore. So I would have actually been wrong. I kind of feel like that's bad design. Well, it's the right person to do it on, but our Legend Cask should help us out quite a lot with this. Yeah, so it ends up doing basically nothing. Also, thankfully, it wasn't Final Burst. So you can also see Shauna in the background there. I didn't mention that. You can't do anything with her, though. She's just kind of background decoration, I guess, is weird as that is to say. Right, so he's close to done. This shouldn't be too much longer here. It can actually be a little hard. This is something I hadn't mentioned. It can actually be a little hard to see the addition square. Okay, I didn't want to talk over that because that was pretty cool. But it can be kind of hard to see the addition square or whatever in that battle because it's kind of the same color blue as the background. Oh no, he was being controlled the whole time by, I guess, the spirit of Melbu Frama. I guess they had sort of arrived at a similar conclusion, not necessarily Melbu Frama. But, you know, they all kind of figured out, like, this isn't Zeke, and Rose is like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he do this? And kind of everyone into Lara was the same way. So maybe you had a sneaking suspicion that he was being controlled. You probably didn't guess Melbu Frama, though, or maybe you did, depending on your knowledge of JRPGs. So we all get a level there to be even stronger. Oh, that's kind of crafty, isn't it? He died, but managed to transplant his soul, apparently. When the black monster came to Neat, that foolish soul tried to release the power of the Dragoon without knowing that I was waiting for that moment. So apparently, Melbu Frama was waiting for Zieg to try to unleash his Dragoon powers again. That's when he was able to take over him. So thankfully he was still Dart's dad. That was an actual thing that happened. So if you didn't quite catch it there, that is a little bit sort of tough to perceive just by looking at. Essentially, those tentacles were the body of the God of Destruction trying to absorb Shauna, the soul, in order to become whole again. But instead, Melbu Frama has released Shauna in order to merge with the body himself and essentially become the God of Destruction, which, there you go. I guess they do explain that a little bit. I wasn't sure how in-depth they went on their explanation. He obtained the flesh of the God of Destruction. He is the God himself. Oh, it's Lloyd! Oh, man! Yes, Lloyd. Never thought I'd say this, but man, I love seeing Lloyd here. Cannot die with the wrong god still around. No space for you in my utopia.
Over here.
So this is odd. I'm really not sure why they decided to go into battle mode for this. Why not just make it a cinematic? Because now there's this menu at the end like, oh, you got 0 gold and 0 experience. Like that's very odd, but I do like what they did there. So Lloyd has made it back somehow. I guess he survived his fall and has come back to the moon in order to help us fight Melbu or do what he can, I guess. Can't really do much more now. So it's the it's the Dragoon Spirit of the Divine Dragon and the Dragon Buster. Don't get conceited. I didn't do it for you. I was just here, okay? Man, I love that Lloyd ends up, you know, there on your side helping you out. Like, that's great. I like Lloyd a lot as a character. He doesn't do much, but, you know, his transition, while maybe you could see it coming. Alright, so we get the Divine Dragoon Spirit. Forget that old red-eyed dragon spirit that we had before. We also get the Dragon Buster. The unfortunate thing about the Dragon Buster is you think it would be wielded by Dart, but as you can see, they have also cleverly snuck Rose into our party. Because she is the one that can use the Dragon Buster, and it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a good damage number, but, you know, like, Haschel is gonna get way more turns and has a much better addition. Like, he's gonna do more damage. Like, even, I would rather have Meru in for the number of turns. I'm kind of tempted. I've actually never done this, but I'm actually kind of tempted to leave Rose in here. Give her the Legend Cast, just so we can see the Dragon Buster. With as much as Meru has helped us out throughout this entire thing. I mean, I kind of feel bad leaving her out, but I feel like story-wise, Rose is supposed to be here, you know? So, what we're gonna do, I am going to do it. I didn't actually do this in practice, but I'm going to do it now. I think we'll still be alright. I'm just gonna give her something other than that Legend Cask, and something other than the Therapy Ring. Also, we got this Magic Ego Bell at some point, avoiding Bewitchment. I don't know that I've ever even seen Bewitchment, so it's pretty pointless. But we're going to stick back over to Rose here. Let's give her Legend Cask, and we'll also give her... should we give her... I'm not sure, debating, because her speed is not great. Haschel's speed is actually better by quite a bit. So what I think I'm going to do is actually give Haschel the Therapy Ring, and then just give Rose the half damage Phantom Shield. And I think that's what we'll go with. So Rose is finally going to get to see the light of day again here in the final battle. And of course, we're going to stick with Haschel because he's awesome. So let's talk with everybody. Looks also, on the bright side, Shauna is here. She hasn't been merged with the God of Destruction. And I'm glad that Melbu was willing to sit up there and let us talk first before we do this. I was going to give you a little tour, but ended up coming all the way here. Yeah, now's the time to reminisce if you're going to do it. Lots of people living with lots of thoughts. So there are lots of fights, but there's happiness and joy as well. You No, Meru, I'm glad you came along. Maybe I tried to kick you out of the party at first, but I'm glad you ended up coming along. Check on Shauna. Wait for me a little. Oh, there we go. I couldn't quite tell where Rose was. I couldn't tell she was kneeling down. Guess we should also talk to Zeke. I guess we can do that now. But unfortunately, maybe he's dead. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be responsive, at least. Yeah, it's been a while, Albert. Glad to have you along. You helped us out a lot there early on. Will do, man. Did you notice, by the way, I'm your grandfather? Yeah, true enough. Shauna has gone through a lot. You know, she was sort of fragile at the beginning, but when you think about it, yeah, pound his secret art into his fat belly. There you go. That's the way to do it. Ashley, you are definitely on board. Hey, Miranda, you haven't done much, and you were kind of the most recent addition, but... Fate belongs to those who are living. We can destroy the fate that somebody else made up. And this is the moment to do it. Sure is. Hey, Kongle. How's it going, man? I know you haven't done anything this whole time, but your strength has helped us out on at least a couple occasions, so. To make a world where all species are equal, a strong leader is needed. Anybody can make a world where all species are equal. There you go. Anybody having the feeling can do. Thanks for that sage advice, Kongle. Anybody can destroy the world too. Yes, please enlighten me. We can stop him. Dragoons can save the world. We sure can, man. And we can also go back at this point. This is going to be, by the way, this is the ultimate point of no return. If you wanted to go back and, wow, I didn't realize that was that long of a walk. If you wanted to go back to the save point and save your game, as I'm going to do, now is the chance. So this is the last save point you're going to get in the game. All right, I think everybody is ready. We've all expressed our sentiments about our journey, and we're ready to stop Melbuframa in order to save the world. Let's go. Our last battle. One last chance to set up your party if you'd like. As I said, Rose, she'll stick in. Well, we'll see how it goes. Should be fine. I think we're strong enough that we can pretty much do without Meru. You know, it's one of those things where I wonder, like, would it have been stronger if he had just let Shauna merge with it? Wouldn't that have destroyed the world? Because then the soul and the body would have been reunited. Like, now it's just your soul. Like, it's, you know, it's not complete, right? We're ready to fight against fate. Everybody managed to squeeze in for one final shot there. Let's go. And yes, at least there is unique music for the final boss, though it does get a little repetitive. We're going to be hearing that. We're going to be hearing that quite a lot at this fight. All right, so Melbuframa, final boss. Go for it. No other targets. Tentacle. Oh, we can actually attack the tentacles. I didn't know that. I didn't think you could. So let's see. I'm not quite sure. This guy obviously is going to have multiple forms. I think we just go for it. I don't actually even remember the tentacles doing too much, so.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
Yeah, like little individual attacks. It's really not too much to worry about. All right, Rose is up. We haven't seen you in a while. Dragoon level 4. Sorry, I didn't quite get you maxed out all the way. I guess we're going to have her. She's probably the best magic attacker we have on our team currently. Let's get her to throw out a Psych Bomb here. Just to take care of the tentacles a little bit, if anything. Okay, I guess it wasn't enough to actually take the tentacles out. That would have been nice, but... And of course, casting spells on us. That's not really even like the highest level spell though, so I'm not quite sure. You figured he'd have more powerful stuff. So the tentacles are half dead. I don't know. We figure we should probably take them out, but it doesn't matter. Let's just go for it. We can survive their little poke attacks.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
Does apparently have some pretty decent defense though. And then the one thing with Dart is it is actually beneficial. Remember we picked up the Divine Dragon Spear, so now we have the Divine one instead of just the regular one. His Divine Dragoon Spirit is very good. I'm debating whether or not it's probably a good idea to go ahead. Let's just go ahead and use it now because Dart is way better in Divine Dragoon form. There's that final transformation. Glorious. All right, apparently we also zoomed out a lot. It looks kind of funny from this angle. He doesn't look very threatening. So Dragoon magic, we've got 2 basically. Each one is 50 MP, so you get, one use of each if you want to use it. We've got 100% single and we've got a 50% all. I say we take out the tentacles here. Let's do a 50% all. There we go. That's pretty strong. I think I'll take that.
Die. Demons dance.
Okay, so that's not great. I also thought the Divine Dragon, the Dragon Buster might actually have a unique look in battle, but apparently it does not. So I guess we just have Rose in for sentimental purposes, apparently. Maybe we would have been better off taking Meru, but again, I think we'll be okay.
Take that, Omni Sweep. Kong.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I feel like those Virages could have done a lot more in that position, but... Alright, so he has changed stances here. I'm not actually sure if that's significant. It might be, but let's attack anyway. I don't actually know. I don't remember this battle very well. And of course, I'm never going to be able to get a perfect edition. Like, I really want to show you the complete Divine Dragon edition because obviously you'd want to see it, but don't count on me to ever actually get it. Oh, there it is. All right, so it's a counterattack, and it's probably a one-off. Yeah, he's not in that stance anymore, so, oh well, take a little bit of damage just to let people be able to attack him, you know? And we missed the addition. Thanks, Rose. 53. All right. And Heschel will be alright with that. No big deal. In fact, he healed more than that. That is the other thing about the therapy ring, is if you put it on somebody with decent max HP, it heals quite a lot. So, I don't know, maybe it would have been better off on Heschel all along, but either way, he's got it now, so.
Take that! Omni Sweep!
Alright, see if we can get it this time. There we go. Finally, we got it. And that deals some decent damage as well. Like I said, when Dart is in Divine Dragoon form, you know, his stats are much, much better than they would be normally. It's really the first time the Dragoon form is just like completely overpowered. Completely better than being in normal form.
Die.
I am kind of disappointed that the Divine, I keep saying that the Dragon Buster doesn't actually have like a unique model in game. Like, it seems like that's something they should have done, right? Or if they weren't going to do that, at least make it a weapon that's equipable by like anybody and it changes form based on who's wielding it or something. Like, putting it only on Rose seems kind of, I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So this is probably all supposed to mean something. I don't know. I'm sure it's highly symbolic, but it kind of goes over my head a little bit. So we've only got 2 more turns here as Divine Dragoon Dart. Let's do one attack, and then on the final turn, we'll do his other magic. He may get enough SP to go back into it before the end. And another good fortune under damage. His stats doesn't really change. His stats don't really change too much, I don't think, between forms. So it's pretty much just the same strategy. Obviously, some different attacks are going to start popping up, though.
Take that! Omni Sweep!
So I'm really not sure what he's supposed to be in this form. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, there's probably some sort of symbolism going on, but I don't really see what it is.
Die.
I mean, I get that it does the whole, like, first generation, second generation thing, so it's like some kind of evolution thing, but specifically what it is, beats me. So this would also be the time to basically burn any items you have. If you've got any healing items that you've been hanging on to, go ahead and use them. If you want to restore MP, restore SP, man, go wild, because we're not going to get a chance to. Right, he does this. I forgot about this. So basically what he does is sucks up somebody into him, as you can see. And basically, I think all it does is essentially remove them from battle, and they'll do some damage whenever they get spit back out. But for the time being, now we don't have Divine Dragoon Dart, who is unfortunately our best party member, so things will go a little bit slower. Also changes the background a bit.
Demon stands.
Otherwise, we just keep pounding away.
Take that! Omni Sweep!
Well, it looks like that would have hurt, but thankfully it didn't.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
Missing again. I guess that would have been a magic attack. I don't know. It gets kind of hard to tell what things are physical and what are magical. That seems like just a normal attack, but it was like some sort of blade. Or not a blade, but a beam. So, like, I don't know, maybe that ends up being magical after all. I also keep getting distracted by talking, although thankfully it doesn't matter if I miss it on Rose that much. Missing again. So that's gotta be magical. That wouldn't have just missed twice in a row on a physical attack.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
Alright, could you spit Dart back out, please? I would really like to have him and his damage output. Or you can just keep trying to hit us with this beam that will not hit. Oh, I thought he was going to do it again there for a minute.
Die.
I guess also at some point we could see some of Rose's Dragoon magic. I mean, it can't be any worse than her physical attacks, so maybe that'll be a thing we do at some point.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
Dude, would you please spit Dart back out? You're just dragging this out, man. It's gonna take forever. Alright, there we go. So it deals some damage, some pretty hefty damage, in fact. That hurts Hashel quite a lot. But we can recover. Not with him, though, because I would rather have his damage. We'll have Rose do it.
Take that, Omni Sweep.
So let's have her throw out a Healing Breeze here. I think we've got... Yeah, we have a 100% MP recovery. We've got 3 of them, actually, so we could just have Dart keep going into Dragoon form and doing those magics to deal a lot of damage. So let's just... let's drop a Healing Rain, because like I said, I mean, we're not going to be using items after this, so might as well use the most powerful stuff you got. Alright, Dart's finally back up. Let's do this Divine Dragon Cannon here. It's also written in the rules that with every Divine Dragon spell, he has to go whoa at it somewhere. So that did pretty much exactly the same amount of damage as a full Dragoon edition would have done with him. So, you know, take that into account. I guess it's better than, you know, having to rely on hitting that, though. So next time Rose is up, let's pop her into Dragoon form, and we'll see what she can do. It's not like she's doing much else anyway. Man, it's been a long time since we've had Rose in Dragoon form. I guess it's before we were using Astral Drain in order to heal ourselves, because that was all we had. So, lethal attack for all. Probably not going to work on the final boss if I had to guess. So it turns out this was a terrible mistake, because we only have 225%. So I guess we'll just see what they look like. We've resigned to have Rose not actually help at all during this battle.
Death Dimension. Gone.
Very dramatic. I like the spitting, you know, picture sort of thing, but... Oh, I guess that was enough to kick it off. That's kind of funny.